Aeyrion, a land of ancient magic. Legends whispered of its wonders. The people lived in harmony with nature. They wielded the power of the Crystal of Aeyrion. It was a source of unimaginable energy, a beacon of hope for all. But darkness fell upon Aeyrion.
A powerful sorcerer known only as the Hollow King craved the crystal's power. He waged war against the land. His forces were vast and terrible.
The land trembled. In a final desperate act, the crystal vanished. It disappeared without a trace. Aeyrion was left defenseless. The Hollow King's forces swept across the land. Magic began to fade. A shadow fell upon Aeyrion. For centuries, the crystal was lost. The land remained in darkness. The Hollow King's power grew. Hope dwindled. But legends never truly die. They whisper on the wind, waiting for someone to hear them. Cale was a messenger. He lived in the village of Oakhaven. Life was simple. He delivered messages. He dreamt of adventure. One day, everything changed.
He was delivering a message to the old historian. The historian's name was Elara. She lived in a crumbling tower. It was filled with ancient artifacts. Cale was fascinated by them. Elara gave Cale a new message to deliver. It was an old, rolled-up map. It was heavier than it looked. Cale felt a strange energy from it. He secured the map to his bag. Then he set off on his delivery.
As he walked, he heard a voice. It was faint. It seemed to come from the map.
"Follow the path of starlight," it whispered. Cale stopped. He looked at the map. It was glowing. A path of starlight shimmered on its surface.
Cale was drawn to the map's magic. He knew he had to follow it. The fate of Aeyrion might depend on it. He wouldn't face this quest alone. He met 3 companions along the path.
Lyra was an elf. She was a skilled archer. Her aim was deadly. She was also fiercely independent. She had a deep connection to nature. Lyra sensed the magic of the map. She vowed to help Cale.
Thorn was a dwarf. He was a powerful warrior. He wielded a glowing hammer. It was said to be forged in the heart of a dying star. He was gruff but kind. Thorn sought to restore honor to his people. He saw a chance for redemption in this quest.
Nim was a young mage. He was still learning to control his powers. He was often mischievous, but his heart was good. He possessed a rare gift for magic. Nim craved adventure and knowledge. He couldn't resist the lure of the map.
Together, they stood on a hill, overlooking a vast, magical forest. The journey ahead was uncertain, but bound by destiny. They were ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. Their journey was perilous. They faced many dangers as they traveled through enchanted forests. Magical creatures crossed their path, and they encountered treacherous mountains. Hidden valleys held ancient secrets.
My arrows will fly true. I'll protect us from danger.
Thorn's hammer struck down their foes, and his strength gave them courage.
With my hammer, nothing will stand in our way.
Nim's magic helped them overcome obstacles, and her quick wit often saved the day.
Don't worry, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve.
The map led them onward, the path of starlight shimmering and guiding them towards their destiny. Cale began to understand they were not just following a map, they were following a legend.
We're not just following a map. We're following a legend.
They encountered others along the way. Some were weary travelers, and others were mystical beings. All of them had stories to tell. They spoke of the Hollow King's cruelty and shared their hopes for a brighter future. The threat of the Hollow King loomed over them. His shadow stretched across the land, and his forces were vast and relentless. They were twisted creatures of darkness, sowing fear and despair wherever they went.
We can feel the darkness closing in. Time is running out.
They knew they had to find the Crystal of Aeyrion. It was their only hope. The whispering map pulsed with magic, urging them forward. The path of starlight grew brighter, leading them towards their destiny.
The fate of Aeyrion rests on our shoulders. We can't fail.
Their adventure was just beginning. The whispering map held the key. They would face many challenges, but they carried hope in their hearts. The hope of a brighter future. The hope of finding the Crystal of Aeyrion.
No matter what comes our way, we have hope, and that's enough.
And so, with determination and courage, they pressed on, ready to face whatever lay ahead.